Hello, great people. Nigerians have been criticizing the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the decision of the National Broadcasting Commission to ban the newly released track of veteran rapper Eedris Abdulkareem. The song titled Tell Your Papa is a strong, realistic criticism of the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is also an appraisal of the personality and leadership style of the president and also his son, Seyi Tinubu. You will recall that Seyi Tinubu recently traveled to the north and he made an assertion that his father is the greatest president that Nigeria has ever produced. That particular statement generated a lot of reaction from Nigerians, and after that we have the Tinubu is a terrible president by Ushe Uguamaye. Then it led to the 30 days run challenge. So in the midst of all of this, Eedris Abdulkareem, the veteran rapper that sang the song Nigeria Jaga Jaga, you remember, now he now decided to release a track in form of his own protest, and the track is titled Tell Your Papa. The track, if you listen to it, is a realistic assessment of what is going on in the country. It's a realistic assessment of the plight of everyday Nigerians. And one thing that the Tinubu government don't like is the criticism of the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the National Broadcasting Commission decided to ban the song. Now, what can we pick out from the song of Eedris Abdulkareem, the decision of the National Broadcasting Commission to ban the song from radio and television, and also the action of Seyi Tinubu? First, I must say that, you see, Nigerian government, particularly this administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, hates the truth. Anything that is the truth, the Tinubu government seems to kind of like hate it, and the Tinubu government seems to be intolerant. Anything that doesn't support Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not a good thing. Anything that is not in line with Bola Ahmed Tinubu is unacceptable, and the government will react fast and swift to it. And another problem with this government that I've noticed is that rather than to respond to issues, the government would rather prefer to chase shadows. Rather than for them, when you criticize the government, rather than for them to look into the substance of that criticism and address the issues accordingly, rather they will either try to maybe harass you, intimidate you, arrest you, or to set the agencies of government against you. And that is what seems to be happening in this case. But let us look at it in this modern age and time. Can government truly ban the song from airwaves? Can the Tinubu government effectively truly ban the song? Well, the truth is that I will tell you for free that Nigerian government is still in the days of old. And this is one of the problems of having old people in government, because I think the Tinubu presidency, the people that surround Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they thought that Nigeria is still in that days of old, that you have to wait for NTA before you get what is happening in the country. You know, some of you will remember that time that NTA usually start transmission at 4 o'clock, or some of them thought that it was the days of maybe it was only NTA and AIT that that is airing the news to Nigerians, and you can easily gag AIT and all that. But they fail to realize that these days and time, the youth that they are seeking to kind of like ban the song from are not on those terrestrial TV stations. They don't listen to radio. They are mostly on social media. They are mostly on the digital platform. And those youths that are on the digital platform, how do you ban the song from those platforms? So you see that I've told you before, some of my ardent viewers, that one thing about government is government must not act in vacuum. Government must not implement a policy that you know that it cannot, government must not propose a policy that you know that cannot be fully implemented. Nigerian government is still in the days of old. You cannot effectively ban a song when people don't listen to those platforms. You ban the song from NTA. Perhaps you have given it to the National Broadcasting Commission that, oh, this song should be banned, and maybe AIT, Arise, Channels TV will not air the song. But the truth is, will you ban the song from Facebook? Will you ban the song from Twitter? Will you ban it from TikTok? Will you ban it from Instagram? Will you ban it from different WhatsApp groups and platforms, people's status on WhatsApp? Will you ban it from it? So the reality of it, what the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is missing is that you cannot effectively silence the voice of the people based on the advent of technology and the advent of new digital platforms. And the youth, Nigeria's population is mostly comprises of the youth. And those youth and not on that platform that you are regulating. Rather, they are on other platform. And the problem now is that, and that is why the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu apparently seeks to regulate social media. You know, the Senate said that Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that they should come and have office in Nigeria. This is where the problem lies. If Facebook built office in Nigeria, Nigerian government may go and send the military to intimidate and harass them that song should not be allowed to thrive on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, and all these platforms. That is the way, the extreme that Nigerian government can go. So if you look at it, Nigeria's population are largely on all these Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Rather than for them to sit down and listen to these TV stations, what they do is that you spend the you find the Nigerian youthful population is either they are Facebooking, or they are Instagramming, or they are Xing, formerly called Twitter, or they are WhatsApping or TikToking. How do you ban it from this platform? What I can say is that when people criticize you, take that criticism, work on it. Don't be resistant to criticism. Let us be practical now. Imagine that somebody sings a song and that person is praising Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that person is saying, oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best that has truly happened to Nigeria. When Seyi Tinubu made that assertion, if Nigerians have been releasing tracts to say, yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is truly the greatest president that has happened to the greatest president in the history of Nigeria. Now, will NBC ban that particular song? NBC will not ban that particular song. But now, let us be practical. If that particular song is not the true reflection of what is happening in the country. Now, Seyi Tinubu said his father is the greatest president, but in reality, his father is one of the terrible disasters that has happened to Nigeria. So, assuming that some people now decide to sing with the song and say, oh, Tinubu is truly the greatest president, they won't ban that song, despite the fact that what they are saying in that song is not the truth. So, if people have ruled Nigeria from 1960 to date, and people have spent 8 years in government without military regime, and life was more convenient during that time than now. You got there. You have not spent up to 2 years. Your family, not even Nigeria, your family have started calling you the greatest president. Now, Nigerians are reacting based on the reality of what is happening in the country. You decide to ban the song. Now, to NBC, if that song had praised Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you wouldn't have banned that song, despite the fact that what they are saying in that song is not true. If people have released track to say, oh, Tinubu greatest president, you would have allowed it to be hearing on airwaves, despite the fact that you know that what they are saying in that song is not true. That speaks to the inefficiency of the Nigerian institution, that Nigerian institution does not operate based on fairness, but operate based on the dictates and the whims and caprices of whoever is in power. Because the people that are in NBC, they go to the same market as Nigerians. They send their children to school. They pay house rent. And they themselves, they are not immune from the hardship that Nigerians are facing. But then they will decide to ban this. So I don't blame the people in NBC. They must act fast. Else, they will, the Tinubu presidency may decide to sanction them. So the Oga Patapata at NBC, before the hammer of Tinubu will fall on his head, he will decide to, do the needful to please the government, because he knows that the government is not a rational government. So if he decides to act rationally, definitely the government would act irrationally and it will fall on him. And if the person doesn't have a new job, definitely the person will act irrationally to please an irrational government. So if a government is irrational, definitely the institutions of state will also be irrational in their operation. Else, the people at the helm of affairs in those institutions will face the wrath of that irrational government. But one thing I can tell the Tinubu presidency is that democracy is uninteresting without an opposing voice or a lack of choice. If there is no opposing voice, the way the government is trying to make Nigeria a one-party state, the way the Nigerian government is trying to make Nigerians reason in one particular direction, I want the Tinubu government to know Tinubu is a product of democracy, whether flawed, even if it is a dysfunctional democracy, but at least it is democracy that produces him. And they need to realize that democracy is not uninteresting without opposing voices. There must be opposing. In fact, it is the opposing voices that makes democracy interesting. It is the opportunity to have another choice that makes democracy interesting. So this lack of choice that they are creating, whereby Nigerians must reason one way, Nigerians must accept anything that is pro Tinubu, it is undermining the essence of democracy itself. And on a final note, I must not go without saying that, you see, the ban on this song has just done one thing. It has boosted Eedris Abdulkareem's popularity, because I myself that I'm speaking to you, before I made this video, before I came across the breaking news, I have not listened to the song. I saw it that Eedris Abdulkareem released a new song, but I've not had the time to listen to it. But when I heard that NBC banned the song, I decided to go to YouTube. I listened to the song, and when I go to YouTube, the song has not had significant amount of views. But if Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not decided to ban the song, I will not go and listen to the content of the song. So the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu have done free PR for Eedris Abdulkareem, and so many Nigerians now will be listening to the song. And because the people are displeased with the government, and you have banned a song that is speaking the reality of the people, what will people now do? People will now decide to be playing that song. People will now decide to give that song popularity. People will now decide to be streaming it, be sharing it, and that itself is free PR for Eedris Abdulkareem. So before you know it, Eedris Abdulkareem can eventually make an unimaginable amount of money from that particular song. The only thing is he won't get endorsement, and they won't play it on TV and radio. TV and radio these days is irrelevant. People will play it on YouTube, on Facebook, and DJs will also play it as well. So I think Nigerian government should always try and address the issues and do the right thing. Provide SOCOM so that people can have good things to say about you. So long as you are doing the wrong thing, people will say it and they won't have good things to say about you. So do right so that people can say right about you. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omoshola Deji. Do want to subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course I have great interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you again, always remember that I love you all sincerely.